What in the world are you doing, Nez? Well, I've lost my damn mind, is what's happened. How in the world are you guys? I hope you're doing really, really well. Let me see if I can see the live chat. Hold on a second here. I just decided to go live, and let's see. I did make this public, did I not? Why can't I see the chat? Let me know if you're there. Let me know. Say something in the chat, please. That would really. I see somebody watching right now. I see a couple people watching. All right, fantastic. Let's see. Where's the chat? Why can't I see the chat here? Okay. That is very strong, Jay. Okay. Check one, check two. Okay, I see a couple people coming in. Let me go to YouTube real quick and see why I can't see the chat. Sorry about that. Saturday night live stream with yours truly, Professor Nez. Holy macadamia nut. What in the world is going on? I just had to go live. I had to go live. Okay, I see Keith Wheeler. Hey, Keith, how are you? For some reason, I can't see it over here. Okay, fantastic. I'm going to pop the chat out. I do have super chats, and let me just put that on mute. Thank you. Hey, good to see you. Tech for your needs. I wonder if maybe this is a new thing. Let me just pop the chat out. Okay. I wonder if that's a new thing. Hey, good to see you, Luis. Yes, this is a surprise. This is a surprise. This is a surprise. Here we go. Okay, this is a surprise deal for me. It's so good to see you guys. Fantastic. Let me know if I can. Let me know if you can hear me and if you can see me. I never go live at this hour. This is very unheard of for me, but I'm so super excited. If any of you have the audacity, if any of you have the courage to be my very first super chat contributor, it would blow my mind because I've never had super chats before. And I'm going to give you some tips. This isn't just me getting in here and just saying hallelujah. You guys know that I do have, really quickly, you guys know that I do have a weekly live stream every Sunday, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And tomorrow we're going to be talking about 5 crucial, essential, practical, actionable steps for you to up your social media game, create content that gets eyeballs and earballs. You know how I do. Hey, thank you so much, Keith. That means the world to me. I don't know why I can't see the chat on my actual. I wonder if that's something funky. Is this public? It should be public. Let's see here. Oh, restore chat. Okay. Let's see here. Yeah, it should be public, but it doesn't seem like it is. Let me just write something. So you guys know, if you're new to who I am, I'm Professor Nez. Thank you so much, Louise. Thank you so much, Keith. I'm Professor Nez, your personal branding coach, okay, keynote speaker and author. I run an online business where I help you discover your purpose, communicate your message, and impact your audience, helping you leverage your brand for your career and business. And you guys know I'm a content creating machine. I absolutely love doing this. And I had a little bit of time. The kids are asleep. And I'm just so pumped up and so jazzed. Big news for Professor Nez, y'all. I have just been inducted and welcomed and invited and honored with the privilege of becoming a YouTube partner, which I'm super excited about. And I couldn't wait. I just couldn't wait. I couldn't. I was just so super jazzed up, and I wanted to just jump on here in the hopes that maybe one of you, just so I could see that it works, just in the hopes that maybe even if it's just like $1, it would mean the world to me to kind of just see. I would love to test out super chats because this is a really big deal for me. I've wanted super chats for such a long time. It's really recognition that all the hard work is paid off. That's what the real deal is with this induction into the YouTube partner program. I Most of you guys know that I create pretty voluminous content on a weekly, if not daily basis. I am so appreciative of you here on my YouTube channel. Like, I love this Nez Nation family. Keith, you're in the house. Um, Luis, I'm so appreciative of that, and I'm so appreciative of this wonderful family that we have. And I just can't thank you enough. I can't thank you enough for being here. I can't thank you enough for being a part of my journey. And I just know we're going to grow from here. I learn just as much from you as I hope that you learn from me. And I truly mean that. I mean, it's just such an awesome community. If you look at my comments on my videos, you see intelligence, you see insight, you see experience, you see true support. If you're new to this channel, one of my big time mantras that I constantly, try to, emulate, constantly try to personify is bringing more humanness to this digitalness. And I'm going to talk about how you can get 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. This is the rawest of truth that I'm going to spit coming up really, really quickly. But I just want to say, first off, super, super big thank you. Super, super big honor for me. And I'm just way, way super excited. Luis, if you don't mind doing like a super chat, even if it's just for $1, I'll pay you the dollar. I'll send you the PayPal dollar. I just want to see if it works. It would really, really mean a lot to me just to kind of see. I mean, I can't think of I can't think of a better, I can't think of a better person than you, Luis, one of my, all-time favorite members of Nez Nation Live. It would really, really mean a lot to me if any of you would just kind of send me a super chat, even if it's for 50 cents. I don't know how low you can go. I would really, really appreciate it. Nice. Nice. There he is. Thank you so much, Luis. $1.99. You didn't have to do that. The first super chat for Professor Nez goes for Tech for Your Needs, and you all need to subscribe to his channel, Luis. That is so cool. There it is. My very first super chat. I can't think of a better person. I can't think of a better member of the Nez Nation family. By the way, merch is coming soon too. Y'all are going to get Nez Nation shirts. Y'all are going to get my Holy Macadamia shirts and Bad Boogie shirts. Some of my catchphrases and stuff. I'm really starting to create this entity and really get I mean, the Nez Nation movement is getting stronger and stronger and stronger. And not to sound cultish or anything like that, when I say movement, it's just a community. It's just a place where we can come, we can let our hair down, we can be ourselves, and we can inspire each other, learn from each other. We've got amazing professionals. Never mind the fact that I've been running, operating businesses since I was 13 years old. And never mind the fact that I've been a writing business communications professor for over 15 years. There's so many amazing, like Luis is actually, I think Luis is even a little bit older than me. And by the way, Luis, thank you so much for the super chat. That means a lot to me. I really appreciate it. Luis might even be a little bit older than me. I think he is. Keith, I know that you do great stuff. We've got Sethi, we've got Arthur Moorhead, we've got, so many amazing creators. It's just there's too many to even think about. And if you look in my comments of all my videos, what you see is support. You don't see trolls. You don't see, I probably just jinxed it. But you really do. You really see a very highly intelligent, highly supportive, inspirational group of individuals who are just trying to help each other thrive in this thing called the internet, in this thing called, actually, forget internet, it's modern communications. I truly believe that what we're doing right now, this is it. This is the realest of the real, and we're not teaching this in our school systems at all. We're not teaching this anywhere, as a matter of fact. And it's really actually depressing. It's really actually sad, but we're just not. So it really means a lot to me to have you guys with me. And I'm going to talk a little bit about, and feel free, by the way, to ask me in the chat any questions. I just wanted to get on here. This was an unplanned live stream. This was just a random, spontaneous kind of moment for me. Our weekly live streams that we do every single Sunday, 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern. I'm bringing serious heat. Like we're cooking some serious, serious wisdom, knowledge, and value. Oh, wow. Thank you so much, Keith. You are awesome. Here's to 100K more subs. You are awesome, Keith. I really, really appreciate that. That means the world to me. Nice. $5. Really appreciate that, Keith. Thank you. I am, and by the way, Keith, we're going to make it there together because of you, Nez Nation. Because of you. I can't do this alone. It's because of you that we reach that pinnacle. And you think I'm going to give up? You actually think that this dude with all this personality, all this energy, all this fire, all this knowledge, all this wisdom, all this heart is going to give up? Are you kidding me? Well, we're going to get way past 100K. We're going to be getting 10 million. I'm going for 10 million, if not more. Because now this is actually imperative to what we're going to talk about right now. How to get 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. The rawest of the rawest true. Well, let me tell you a couple of ways in which you're not going to get 1,000 subscribers. Number one, it's not going to come easy. I had this talk with my class. And as a matter of fact, I talk about this probably every semester with my students. Nothing in this life that's worth anything comes easy. There's nobility in the struggle. I didn't realize this as a young man. I thought that when I struggled, I thought that when I failed, it meant I was a loser. It meant I was weak. And there's nothing further from the truth. There's nothing further from the truth than the idea that you have, the story that you tell yourself that because you make mistakes, because you fumble, stumble, or mumble, that you're weak or that there's something wrong with you. And do we ever talk about this in our school system? Do we ever talk about this in education? Never. We never talk about this in education. This is my whole inspiration for getting in this online game. It really is. I mean, as long as I've been doing, online communications, I mean, I started a MySpace blog, way 15, 12 years ago. Video has I've always been a film buff. One of my first majors in college, I'm not going to say when that was a long, long time ago. And it was film, video and film and cinematic storytelling. This has been in my blood. It's been in my DNA since the beginning. And I've got 3 degrees. And I've said this before, and I'll say it again. I could pour lighter fluid all over those 3 degrees compared to the real deal schlemiel. You know what the greatest education the Professor Nez has ever gotten? I've got 3 degrees. Beautiful quote, Luis. Without a struggle, there is no progress. Frederick Douglass. Love it. Keith says, in this society, everybody wins. No. Sometimes you fail, sometimes you lose, but you always learn. Keith, you are awesome. I'm so happy you're here, Keith. I can't tell you how happy I am. Hit that like button, share this out. We're going to get deep and raw, y'all. Oh, we're going to get so deep and raw. It's not even funny. I think the greatest education that I've ever had, that Professor Nez has ever had as a young man, like I said, I got 3 degrees. And I could honestly say, guys, I'm not saying this to sound cool. So many people say this stuff now just to sound cool. I think the education game is just absolutely dysfunctional and defunct. And it needs a serious overhaul, if not a complete and utter reformation of the entire system. I've got 2 kids and I'm an actual business communications professor. There ain't no professor like Professor Nez. Y'all know that. There ain't no professor like Professor Nez. There's plenty of professors out there, but ain't nobody like this dude right here. The whole reason I created beyondtheboxacademy.com, beyond the box, as I tell my students all the time, if these teachings and these pointings don't go beyond this box, this AKA jail cell of a classroom, it means absolute squadouche, which means nada, which means hasta la pasta. See ya, wouldn't want to be ya. The greatest education I think I've ever had was the unbelievable, talented, intelligent, ingenious conversations that I would have with some of my closest friends. And maybe when I say closest friends, I'm talking maybe one, maybe two. You know how people claim they have like, oh, I've got 100 friends. I've got on Facebook, it's like the ultimate illusion, right? You've got like 10,000 friends or whatever. Um, if you truly, truly examine that, if you truly examine, well, first of all, the online friends scale is easy to debunk because it's a complete illusion. But even in IRL, in real life, people think they have all these friends or 10 or 15. I've got like 30 friends or 15 dorm friends or sorority friends or fraternity friends or what have you. No, you don't. You maybe have one or two true, real friends that you can really spill your heart and just leave that thing on the table and just see what happens. And there were nights where, this may sound really mushy, this may sound really strange and weird and woo woo, but it's really not. There were literally nights where maybe after a party, maybe after a get together, because you were young, when you were young, you could have galactic conversations underneath lampposts in a parking lot. And there were conversations that I've had in vacant parking lots after the club, after the party, after the whatever. And they always happened spontaneously. They always happened unforced. Conversations that just moved oceans, that just moved the celestial bodies, where it was like the earth truly moved, right? We talked about everything from philosophy to ideology to religion to life's purpose to, you know, poetry and beauty, truth and real conversations. Have you ever had a real conversation with an actual human being? Have you ever had a real conversation with a professor in a classroom in a box? Have you ever had a real lesson that just took your chest and ripped it wide open, exposed it? I think it happens way far few in between. Um, and I don't think that, when I say that, I'm not saying that it's entirely impossible. A lot of the administrators at my universities frown upon me doing this, but I actually try to tell my students, anything you want to talk about, it doesn't have to be business writing, it doesn't have to be communications, it doesn't have to be about sociology, psychology, or even anything education related or academically related. If you want to talk to me about anything, I think that's why I have some of the best course evaluations on any platform, any university I've ever taught at. Not bragging, it's just a fact. I mean, I could teach all of you guys, you know, how to become an unbelievable educator and communicator. And it really has a lot to do with this stream as well. Never mind the fact that I'm super excited for the payoff, super excited for the recognition, super excited for the fact that I have been recognized for all the hard work that I put in. I mean, when I say this, I don't say this lightly. I really don't say this lightly. When I say putting in all the hard work, if you go to professornez.com/livestreams, I mean, just if you go on my YouTube channel, you see all the videos and all the uploads. I dare you to find even my early videos, which everybody says their early videos suck. And believe me, mine do as far as like technical stuff, they suck. And I still think I have a long way to go as far as my technical capacity and my ability to create visual narrative, audio narrative that's like concise and clear and sharp and polished. I got a long way to go. I'm just getting cooking, y'all. I meant it when I said that, Keith. I'm going to get to 10 million. I know it. I know it in my heart. I don't care what anybody says. I'm going to get there because I'm never going to stop. I'll have one foot in the grave and I'll be vlogging. I'll be vlogging my actual death. No, I don't know about that. That's maybe Nez, you're going a little bit too overboard, bro. Um, that's part of the reason why I think, you know, um, I'm so proud of this because as I said before, if you go look at Professor Nez, and I'm not bragging here, but if you go to professornez.com/live streams, you'll see nothing but I mean, even the videos, the early videos where the technical stuff was an impediment, the stuff I was dropping, okay, the raw substance that I was giving, the giving that I was giving is insanely valuable. I think it is. I mean, I still once in a blue moon, I'll get a comment, on a really old video I did several years ago or what have you, and I'm just really really appreciative because I still believe this. I'm a firm believer in this. And here's part of one of the ways in which you can get 1,000 subscribers, and it's definitely not easy, but is to not let the tech get in the way of what you want to say, who you want to say it to, and how you're going to say it. Because that's the essentials. You got to know who you are as an author, who you are as a speaker, who you are as a presenter. You got to know who your audience is, and you got to know how to deliver that in a compelling, effective way. And it takes a long, long, long time. Unless you buy your subscribers or buy your followers, which I know some people do, I truly think that that's so counterintuitive. It does nothing but hurt your channel. It does nothing but hurt your brand. And my brand is my ultimate currency, and I would never, ever dilute it. I would never, ever taint it by doing that. I know a lot of people. I even know people who are considered influencers, who are considered, very respectable in the space, who've bought thousands of followers, thousands of likes. And not to judge anybody, but it just ain't for me. I want people like Luis. I want people like Keith. I want people like Sethi. I want people like Cameron. I want people like Online Marketing University, like Ross. Like, I want real people in my streams. I want real people who engage. People like Needs for Subs, Creator Alliance. A lot of my students watch these live streams. I want them to be the real of the real. So just to kind of piggyback on what Tech for Your Needs said, Luis, it's gonna take insane amounts of work. I worked my ass off to get to 1,000 subs, and I ain't stopping. But as you know, as I've said this many, many times, I don't consider it work because when you love, please heed this. I implore you, I beseech you, Nez Nation, please heed this. Listen to me when I say this. When you love what you do, when you truly discover what you were born on this earth to do, you'll never work another day in your life. So, am I saying that are you, Nez? Are you just saying that it's like working, being a slave to the job or laboring in a beleaguered, very uninspired and almost like a day job, like a 9 to 5 thing? Is that what you're talking about? Only if you don't love it, it's going to feel that way. If you love it, the work is the process. The work is the glory. The work is the beauty. The work is everything. The work is the creation. It's the creativity. And so that's the rawest of the raw. There's so many people who say, well, if you work on tags, if you work on thumbnails, if you work on SEO, yeah, all those things help. Right? Oh, here's the fastest way. You wanna get views fast? You wanna get YouTube subscribers fast? Here's the fastest way for you to get 10,000 subs. Here's an incredible light speed. I've even seen a title of a video, "Light speed way of getting 1,000 subs." You could probably look that up right now. Nice, Keith. I've been on hiatus for just 2 weeks, and I truly miss it, and I can't wait to get back. I did a live stream about burning out. I did a live stream, Keith, recently about, how do you balance this stuff? Because, yeah, it can get pretty hectic. Did you take it let me ask you something, Keith. Did you take a hiatus because you needed a rest, because you felt you needed a little bit of a break, or was this just something you were busy with other projects or what have you? I'm curious because I did a live stream about this. Luis, I think you were there. I did a live stream recently about this, where I talked about, people always say, like, Nez, you're like a content creating machine. You best believe that. Nez, you're like everywhere. I see you everywhere because I love it. It's not work to me. I feel itchy and scratchy. I feel feverish if I don't do a live stream, if I don't create content, if I don't create a blog post, create a podcast episode, create, micro content in video form or what have you. I get crazy. It's in my blood. And I've got something really, really strong and really helpful, and I'm damn good at communicating it in a very compelling and engaging way. There's not that many people on this planet who can deliver the way I deliver. And I'm not saying I'm superior. I'm just saying there's nobody on earth who can deliver the way I deliver. Not a one. And I'm going to give it to you raw, and I'm going to give it to you in the most honest, authentic, transparent way that I know possible. And you're going to get a crap ton out of it. A crap ton. It's not easy. That's how you get 1,000 subs. That's how you get 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. It's first of all, you got to understand that you got to roll up your sleeves. You got to be ultimately, you know what it breaks down to. Let me see if I can do this. I didn't want you to hear the sneeze. You see how respectable I am? It's so funny because when you think about the sneeze, it doesn't come. When you're like, I don't want the sneeze to come, it's like, um, where was I before the infamous sneeze? Um, consistency. Consistency is key. But notice how I started with mindset. Mindset is really where it starts. You got to get over this idea that you're going to not be good enough, that it's not going to be perfect, that everybody's not going to like me, that I'm going to get some people who don't like me. I can't stand the fact of being criticized. I can't stand the fact of being, you know, um, less than what I think I should be, and all these things. Um, you got to get over. It starts with mindset. That's where it really starts. Is it starts with mindset. Um, Second thing is really a practical thing. If you get over the mindset that you're going to be imperfect, let me save you the suspense. If you're worried about being imperfect, let me save you a lot of stress and a lot of time. You're going to be imperfect. It's impossible to be perfect, which leads to the next thing, which is consistency. You got to be consistent. New is a beautiful thing when it comes to content creation. New is an awesome little stamp that they put on your YouTube video. New has that nice, shiny, attractive shield or badge, or just it's really inviting when it's new. I don't know about you, but especially when I'm searching YouTube, and when I usually search YouTube, it's because I need some problem solved. And when I'm searching YouTube, and if I see, like, for example, if I'm looking for a certain tool or a certain way to use a tool or a tutorial, and I'm always looking for the most recent one because I don't want something from 6 months ago or let alone 6 years ago because it's not up to date. It's not up to speed. I want the newest of the new. Consistency is huge when it comes to YouTube. This is my experience, by the way. These are just suggestions. As I tell my students all the time, verify it for yourself. This needs to be experiential, not intellectual. What I've found that really helps on this platform is execute, 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 consistent, consistent, consistent. And I'll tell you exactly my posting schedule. I've changed it, I've tweaked it over the years, but I'll tell you my posting schedule in just a second. I want to jump into the chat. Keith says, I was spreading myself too thin. I have a full-time job, wife, 4 kids. Wow. I have 2 kids, Keith, and you can see them right there. There's my son, Sam, and my daughter, Nora. I was spreading myself. I'm a self-publishing author with about 5 projects, including editing a 70,000 word novel. Well, it sounds very, very familiar, Keith. You need to watch that live stream. You need to watch that live stream. Do you mind putting it in there, Luis? ProfessorNez.com. Let's see. If I go into my live stream videos, I just did one recently about this. Really recently. I think I did. Let's see. How to prevent. Okay, here it is. On September 8th, how to prevent burnout and stress. So it's professornez.com livestreams overcoming burnout. I think you were there, Luis. At least I think you were. professornez.com/livestreams/ overcoming burnout. You got to go check that out. You have to. Um, let's see. Keith says, so my buddy Dale uh, suggested that I take a short hiatus to catch back up on things. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's really, really important. Thank you so much, Luis. I really appreciate that. Thank you. I think that's really important. I mean, I think that's huge. Um, I've been told that about myself as well. Oh, my Nez, you're spreading yourself way too thin. I'm everywhere. Okay. I'm everywhere because I love it. And to me, it doesn't feel like work. Is it hard work? Yeah, yeah. You best believe it's hard work, but I love it. And I have no problem with it. And it's out of my control. It's literally out of my control. I'm possessed. I feel it is my mission, my duty on earth to share this with the world, to really educate, inform, and put in my 2 cents. When it comes to this, I really truly believe that with all my heart. I feel like it needs to be out there. I don't know why. I just do. But I still focus on only a couple platforms. And when I say a couple, really it's just YouTube and LinkedIn. Those are my two major focuses. But am I on Instagram? You best believe it. Am I on Twitter? Yes. Am I on Facebook? Oh, yes. Am I on Snapchat? Yes. Yeah, of course I am. But my focal point is on only a couple of platforms. I'm going to tell you my posting schedule in just a second. I haven't forgot. Luis says, ultimately, it boils down to how bad you want it. Embrace the grind. Keyword is consistency. Dude, see, did I tell you or did I tell you how awesome this Nez Nation community is? Look at that. Luis has been an honorary member since day numero uno, and just dropping some serious information and knowledge. Thank you so much, Luis. You're the man. I'm so appreciative of you, Luis. You have no idea how appreciative I am of you. Keith says, Dale's how I first heard of you. Awesome. I'm glad I did. Oh, you're the best. Thank you so much, Keith. I really appreciate that. Thank you. It means a lot to me. And thank you again for the $5 super chat. Woo! I'm getting so excited. The possibilities are limitless as we grow and as we grow and as we grow. Could Nez actually become a full-time YouTuber? It's very, very possible. And when I say, let me take that back. Not a full-time YouTuber, a full-time content creator providing unrelenting, unrelenting support, help, value to you, Nez Nation. That's what I want to be, a full-time content creator. I'm proud of my online agency, Professor Nez Agency, LLC. I'm proud of the work I do with my students in the university, but my ultimate goal is to definitely bring everybody over to beyondtheboxacademy.com and make that my full-time kind of gig, as well as me talking with y'all, because you know me, I'm a live stream nut job. I ain't never going to stop. Who goes live on Saturday night at 10 p.m. Pacific? What is that, 2 in the morning? Yo, East Coasters, if you're just coming back from the club, from the bar, how about some deep raw stuff? How about some raw stuff to detoxify? I'm going to detoxify you with some deep raw truth, with some stuff that's going to dig into your chest and give you a little bit of light, a little bit of heat. I want to heat up your insides. I've said this before on my channel. I've said this many, many times. I'm all about your inner game. I could care less about your outer game, because your inner game is where it all starts. That's the epicenter of your success in anything. And when I say success, I don't just mean dollar bills, y'all. I mean with everything. It starts with your inner game. Super, super important. So my posting schedule. Thank you so much, Keith. Yeah, I'm happy to answer any question. So while you're asking, let me tell you my posting schedule. So I try to post by every Thursday of every week, at least one piece of content, whether it's a vlog, a video, or something pre-recorded. It's usually something pre-recorded. Yes, Yes, Sethi. Yes, Sethi. I was you know what? You're not gonna believe me when I say this, Sethi. By the way, the super chats is on fire. The super chats works. Um, you're not gonna believe this, Sethi, but I actually you, Sethi, were a part of the reason for me to go spontaneously live because 'cause I'm like, "Wow, if I go late at night here on the West Coast in the US, that means Sethi might be around for the live stream." And I'm telling you right now, you're not gonna believe me, Sethi, when I say this, but literally you were the inspiration for me going live right now. I mean, I was probably, to be honest, gonna go live anyway, but I was like, I hope to God Sethi comes in. I'm so happy to see you, Sethi. How in the world are you? Everybody who's listening, everybody who's watching, go subscribe to Flipped Classroom Tutorials. He's got an insane channel, as well as Luis and Keith. I want to check out your channel. I'm new to you. I'm so happy that you're here. I'm definitely going to check out your channel. Luis has got an amazing tech channel, but Sethi's channel is on fire. So go check out Sethi's channel, Flip Classroom Tutorials. They're awesome, awesome videos. He does incredible stuff, helping, teaching, informing, educating. It's just killer stuff. And Sethi, I appreciate you. I totally appreciate you. Please drive safely. Please drive safely. Um, so I try to post every Thursday. I try to post by every Thursday, and then I've got my weekly live stream, which is every single Sunday, 2 p.m. Pacific, which I know Sethi and a lot of people in the Nez Nation community can't always make it. By the way, Luis, I hope everything's okay with your family. I know you had some bad boogie happened to you recently, and my thoughts and prayers are with you, brother. And I wish you nothing but the best. I hope you're doing better. I hope you're recovering. I hope you're healing. I'm here if you need me. Let me know if you need anything. Okay. So every Sunday I've got the live stream. So I've got my pre-recorded posting. So I've been doing a real consistent 2 times a week. That's another way you're going to get to 1,000 subs. It's not going to come easy. It's not going to come fast, but being consistent, the algorithm definitely supports consistency. Subscribers love consistency. I know I get really kind of actually, anxious when I don't see a video from somebody who I expect. When I'm subscribed to a channel, somebody, just me, I really kind of examine my own user kind of behavior. And I get real kind of like anxious and real kind of like what's going on here? Where's this dude's video? Or where's that video? If a creator that I love, if a creator that I, have subscribed to, if they don't post at the regularly weekly time, I get really kind of bummed, to be honest. So that's a strong way for you to get to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. Um, Luis says, I start with your mind and heart. If you don't have that in place, if you don't have that in place, is not work. Until work on that. Yes. Keith, okay, talk to me. I already have a LinkedIn account for my regular job. Should I create a new account specifically for my author YouTube brand, which is completely unrelated to my regular job? Great question, Keith. Yeah. It's okay to have your regular job profile also be so LinkedIn is really all about um engaging with a professional network of individuals. And even if you're a brand, or even if you're a business, or even if you're a quote unquote author or YouTuber, which is a kind of seems like a separate entity, people know that authors and YouTubers have had jobs before. So there's nothing wrong with sticking to your same profile. And that's a great question. You could create a brand if it depending on how many connections you have, followers you have, and depending on the type of connections and followers you have, you could always. I don't think you're allowed to have two separate accounts actually on LinkedIn with the same name. So you might need to do like Keith W. Brooks or something like that, or whatever kind of YouTube channel relevant name. But I would say it's not necessary, especially if you've already created, on that platform, you've created a nice kind of exposure. You've created a nice platform for yourself. You've created a nice LinkedIn page for yourself. There's nothing wrong with turning that into. It's pretty much what I did. It's pretty much what I did. Before I was, my first name, Peter, it was Peter Nez, and then I changed it to Professor Nez because I rebranded myself. And just Professor Nez just sounds a lot better than Peter Nez. And this was a long time ago, and I kept it the same because I had so many connections, so many followers. Which, by the way, I'm talking about 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, which I love. But I just recently passed 16,000 followers on LinkedIn. I've been on LinkedIn since the beginning, and I run my entire business pretty much on LinkedIn, which is why I said my two focuses are YouTube and LinkedIn. So, Keith, I hope that answers your question. If you ever have any other concerns or questions about that, feel free to. Are we connected on LinkedIn? All of you should connect to my LinkedIn page. It's linkedin.com/ Professor Nez or / in. Hold on a second. I think it's / let's see here. Let me go to my LinkedIn page real quick. And maybe Luis, you could leave this link in the chat. Yeah, so it's linkedin.com / in / Professor Nez. And you should all connect with me on LinkedIn. I would love to connect with you. Sorry, just checking my messages real quick. um, so yeah, I would say that that you should just stick to your same LinkedIn profile. And I wish you nothing but the best, Keith. And I hope you can join us tomorrow, where I'm going to give you 5 unreal ways in which you can make your social media content stand out from the pack. So to build the personal brand. So Keith, I hope to see you there tomorrow. If not, watch the replay. Go to professornez.com / live streams. Sethi says, "You're welcome, Luis." Sethi says, "Same here. Makes you wonder if anything happened." Keith says, "I saw your interview with my buddy." Yeah, awesome. Yeah, good job, Keith. Dale is fantastic. Dale is a great, great friend. He's a great content creator. And yes, we had a wonderful time. It was a great interview. I mean, literally everything that we went through on that last interview specifically is stuff that I literally walk through with my clients. So, I mean, that was the rawest of the raw right there. That interview with Dale, and he asked some really great questions. And I always feel so free with Dale, his personality and my personality, which is a really rare thing. It's kind of like the main reason why bands break up fast or bands break up after being together for not that long is that just the chemistry is not there. And I've got an entire lab of, just things going on. When me and Dale get together, we have a beautiful synergy. He's a smart dude, powerful dude in the space. And I love what he's doing with LinkedIn. So if you guys want to know who Dale is, the self-publishing guru, self-publishing expert, Dale L. Roberts, he's got a great channel. And my interview with him, we've had 2 interviews, and we are actually even talking about, Keith, I think you'll dig this and everybody else will as well. We're even talking about doing a series of live streams together where we just audit people's LinkedIn page, and we'll just make it like a LinkedIn live stream. I think it's a really, really good idea. And like I said, I just have an amazing time working with Dale. So look for that in the future too. Maybe a series of LinkedIn interviews, a series of LinkedIn channel audits. Good times ahead, man. Good times ahead. It's going to be on fire. I love it. So thank you so much, Keith, for joining me. I hope you've subscribed to the channel. It would really mean a lot to me if you subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss anything. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, it would be awesome. Yeah, he's awesome. So I talked about understanding that it's not going to come fast, it's not going to come easy, that there's nobility in the struggle. There's nobility in suffering, really, actually. I don't know about you, but I just find people who've actually gone through some stuff are way more interesting than people who haven't. People who are just always happy and always nothing's ever bad happened to them, and they've always just walked through life and it's unicorns and rainbows. Get away from me. I don't want to see you. I don't want to talk to you. People who've usually gone through some stuff, those are the most interesting people. So there's nobility in the struggle. The struggle is a beautiful thing. The climb is a real tasty treat if you can look at it with a new pair of eyes. You got to look at these things with a different perspective. Number 2 is consistency. Consistency is really, really important. Number 3, I would say the way that I got to 1,000 subscribers is just quite honestly, I listened to my audience and I served them. I respected the platform. I didn't try to post on YouTube the way I do on LinkedIn. I didn't post on Facebook the way I think you should post on YouTube. I don't post on Instagram the way I think you should post on LinkedIn. You got to respect the platform. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, Keith. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening. I hope to see you there tomorrow. I hope to see you on the replay at the very least. You, Keith, are an honorary member of the Nez Nation family. I should have like some sound effect. I mean, I'm pretty good at sound effects, but I should have like a dong or something or like a bell. Like you are an honorary member of the Nez Nation. Ding! Family, it's great to see you, Keith. I'm so happy that you're with us. You are officially an awesome dude, and we're very, very happy to have you, brother. Thank you so much. Um, serving the platform. Really, when I got serious about my YouTube channel, most of you guys are going to laugh about this, but I didn't really get serious about the art and science of my YouTube channel until really back in 2017, early 2017, like maybe I think it was March or February of 2017. I didn't really start to go, okay, something's not right because I know I've got some bomb ass, unbelievable killer content, but it's not, something's not working. I'm only getting like 10 views, 15 views or what. And we all started there. Every one of us started there. And I started to really kind of learn from people like Nick Nimmin and people, who are, I mean, obviously people who'd been there and had done that before. That those kind of people are great. People who are YouTube almost consultants or quote unquote, AKA experts. But then, it's one thing to learn and it's another thing to execute on those applications and really apply it. Okay. So learning the art and science of search engine optimization. I mean, YouTube is the second largest search engine on the planet. The first, y'all know, is Google, which owns YouTube. Understanding SEO is a really big part of it. But you notice how I put this last. The stuff that I talked about, number one and number two, your mindset and your work ethic, that's everything. Tactics don't mean jack if you don't understand the fundamentals, if you don't build that bedrock of, I'm going to do this, I'm going to commit to this, I'm going to be consistent, and I got to get over this idea of being perfect. It's just not possible. It's an impossibility for you to be perfect, to have every video be perfect, to have every live stream be devoid of defects. It's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. Yo, Shackelford, how are you? I'm one of your former students at Bremen. I want to thank you for inspiring me to follow my childhood dream. Though it didn't work out, I'll always have that peace of mind that I tried. Hey, that is awesome. R. Shackelford. Remind me again, is that your real name, R. Shackelford? And which class were you in of mine? I'm really, really curious. Thank you so much for joining the chat. That is awesome. Thank you. And I'd love to know what it was that you tried out and didn't work out and why maybe it didn't work out, because maybe I can continue to help you. Maybe we can make it work it out. But here's something that's really important. And I'm really glad you brought this up. And again, I'm very appreciative that you're here. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for those kind words. Sometimes it's important to know when to, as my man says, I believe it was Kenny Rogers, you got to know when to hold them and you got to know when to fold them. Some ideas, some pursuits were just not meant to be. Okay. And if you really did give it that real effort and it didn't work out, I love the way you said that peace of mind that coats you, knowing that at least you gave it a shot. At least you gave it a shot. I still have a childhood dream of mine that I've actually, I mean, I kind of, I actually kind of do this in my classrooms, but I still have a childhood dream that where I wanted to be a stand-up. And this is kind of another form of stand-up, if you will, because the kind of stand-up I'm talking about is not like the kind of stand-up that you're used to today, where it's just like F you, and balls and crap and poop. And, I don't want to curse on here because I want to have an advertiser-friendly channel. I just got included into the YouTube partner program, and that's a very important deal for me. And Super Chats is in the mix. By the way, Super Chats, hint, hint. Had to throw that in there. Luis already contributed. Keith already contributed. Thank you so much. Um, oh, I wanted to do pro wrestling. Oh, that's right. Okay, first, do you mind sharing your first name? You don't have to, but I'm just curious. And what was the class that you took, Shackelford? I'm really, really curious. I remember that. Okay. But see, that peace of mind is a beautiful thing because the what if will eat at you. The what if is poison. It will just kill you from the inside out. So, kudos to you. Adrian, that's right. I remember you, Adrian. Fantastic. I believe it was the literature course, wasn't it? 104? English 104? I believe it was. I could be wrong. Yeah, Adrian, I totally remember you. That's awesome, man. But at least you tried it. You see that? At least you tried it, which is killer. Good for you, man. I hope you subscribe to the channel, Adrian, because we're dropping some serious wisdom atomic missiles every single day here on the channel. These are wisdom atomic missiles. Talk about making wisdom go viral. That's Professor Nez in a nutshell. Um, I got a lot to say, and I want to share it with you. I want to provide you. See, hey, you know what's really cool, Adrian, is before live streaming became really a thing in social, I've been doing that in the classroom for over 20 years. People like to compare me to Gary Vaynerchuk. I've been talking about self-awareness for over 20 years. You can ask Adrian. Adrian is living proof. The stuff that I spit right here in this live stream is the same stuff I spit in the classroom because I believe it's real and I believe it's going to affect not only your dollar bills, but something maybe even more important, your relationship with yourself, your relationship with the people around you, your relationship with the world, which is really without that, F the dollar bills. It makes no difference. It just makes no difference. So I'm so excited to see you, Adrian, and that really, really means a lot to me, man. That is just killer. So the art and science of the platform, if you really want to go all in on a platform, it's important you understand the Facebook algorithm. It's important that you understand what Facebook wants. It's important to understand what every platform wants. So when I decided to really take YouTube to another level, it was really early 2017, maybe February or March of 2017. And by that time, I think I didn't even have 100 subscribers. I think I maybe had 100, maybe I did have 100 or 150 subscribers, but it was going nowhere. It was plateauing. It was flatlining. My analytics were like, it was nothing. So I decided to understand what the platform wanted. And you get into kind of watch time session, you get into all retention, you get into all these metrics and barometers and examining your analytics, making data informed decisions. That's going to really help you get to 1,000 subscribers. And I went directly to my audience. I asked my audience directly, what are you struggling with? What problems are you having? What are some issues that you're having? What concerns are you facing? What's really getting in your way to doing what you want to do? And I created content around that. And not just any kind of content. We're talking wisdom atomic missiles, y'all. Stuff that just busts your brains out, as my man Robert Johnson, the old blues player stuff. We got the stuff that'll bust your brains out, baby. You best believe that. This ain't your average professor, not by no means. This is not your average channel, not by no means. This channel is going to revolutionize your consciousness. It's going to absolutely, completely it's going to dig into you. It's going to dig into you and work on your inner game. That's what it's all about. It's so good to see you, Adrian. It's so good to see you, Louise. It's so good to see you, Keith, Sethi. It's unbelievable to see you. Tomorrow at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard, Sunday, every single Sunday, we go live at 2 p.m. Pacific. That's 5 p.m. Eastern. And we come together like this. And I share with you some new content that's going to help you build a personal brand so that you can leverage that for your career or your business. And personal branding is super, super important. And we're going to go live tomorrow. I hope to see you there on this channel, youtube.com/Professor Nez, or go to professornez.com/livestreams. You know I'm going to keep coming, baby. I ain't never going to stop. I'm going to bring it 24/8. I'm going to be bringing it. I'm going to be coming up with tactics, principles, applicable real world strategies, real world, tangible, experiential learning that you can use immediately, not 5 years from now, not, maybe sometime in the future. You can use it today to build a personal brand that gives you credibility, thought leadership, builds your reputation so that when the entire world Googles you, some really unbelievable, cool, compelling content comes up. And that's how you're going to make the money. That's how you're going to build a career. That's how you're going to build a long lasting business. It starts with a reputable, credible, and compelling personal brand. That's what it's all about, y'all. And the thing that we're going to be talking about tomorrow are 5 ways in which you can make your social content get a ton more eyeballs and earballs, because it's all about eyeballs and earballs. Attention is the name of the game. Without attention, it doesn't matter how good you are. It doesn't matter how amazing your content is. It doesn't matter if you've got the best personal brand on the planet. But if you don't got eyeballs and earballs, you ain't got jack. It's all about eyeballs and earballs. Thank you guys so much for being here. It really, really means a lot to me. A spontaneous live stream. I didn't want it to just be, hey, it's me going live testing out super chats, or hey, it's me going live because I'm a live stream nut job. Cuckoo. I'm a live stream cuckoo. It's not just because of that, even though because I'm just super excited for being inducted into the YouTube partner program. I wanted to give you some value too. So I decided to title this How to Get 1,000 Subscribers on YouTube, the raw truth. And just to kind of review, let me do a quick review before I get out of here. And please subscribe. Please hit the like button. Please share this out. We're bringing insane value every single week, y'all. We're bringing content that's going to literally, it's like having a motivational speaker, an online university, the ultimate teachings, pointings, and learnings in your back pocket every single week. You can always go to professornez.com/livestreams and catch up on everything. It's all free. Holy macadamia nut. It's all free, y'all. That's insane. I mean, that's insane. I hope you take advantage of it. I would love to have you with us on this journey to 10 million subs. We haven't even scratched the surface of the moon. We're heading out all the way to the outer rings of the Milky Way, y'all. We're going to get to 10 million subs. It's going to happen. You're going to see me wearing this shirt saying 10 million, like my man Casey. I might even have 10 million right here. And that day is going to happen. And we're going to revolutionize this online thing. We're going to revolutionize, bringing more humanness to this digitalness. Tomorrow's stream, our weekly stream, 5 tips on how you can take your social content to the next level. How you can get more attention, how you can stand out. And these are real, unbelievable. They're not just tips. I mean, they're really the pillars of success with your social online. I'm happy to take any last second questions, any last minute thoughts or concerns. Let me know in the chat. Boy, this has been so much fun. I appreciate you, Nez Nation, so much. You have no idea how much I appreciate you. It just means the absolute world to me that you're here, that you're watching. I hope you continue watching. I hope you subscribe. I hope you like. And yes, Keith, I love it. Keith, I'm kind of like a viral infection. No, wait a minute, that's terrible. I'm kind of like a Polynesian magnet. I'm so magnetic. I'm so riveting. How could you leave me? How could you dare leave me, Keith? Ain't no way in a million years you can leave Nez. Come on now. Oh, man, Keith, I appreciate you so much. Thank you, man. That means the world to me. I'm so glad you were still here. That means the absolute world to me. Keith, are you going to make it tomorrow night? I hope you're going to be there tomorrow night. I mean, not tomorrow night. Tomorrow night. See how lost Professor Nez needs to get some sleep. It is way past my bedtime. Yes, I'm an old man. Most of you are going, it's only 10:30 over there, Nez. I hope to see you there tomorrow, Keith. 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern. We're going to continue the droppage of the knowledge atomic missiles. expanding your consciousness, broadening your mind, and just busting your brains out, really, in a beautiful way, not in a gross, terrible way, in a very beautiful, enlightening, awakening kind of way. I hope to see you guys there. Anybody have any last second questions? Let me see exactly what the title is of the stream tomorrow, which I can show you right now. So the actual title of the stream tomorrow is Social Media Content Plan, Creating Content for Social Media, 5 Best Tips to Grab Attention Online. How do you create content for social media? I keep hearing content is king. Where do I start? Do I need social media content strategy? Where do I get social media content ideas? Do not stress. Professor Nez is here. Keith says, I will do my best. Worst case, I will definitely hit the replay. Yeah, thank you, Keith. You don't want to miss that. You definitely do not want to miss that show. You're going to get a lot out of it. I know it. Fantastic. Okay, guys, I'm going to get out of here. As always, thank you so, so much for being here with Professor Nez. It absolutely means the world to me. I appreciate you. I love you. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Don't forget tomorrow. Don't forget tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel. Every week, every Sunday, we're bringing it. And usually by Thursday, I've got a new piece of content. I don't know how many people, if you guys didn't see my last video on how to take an idea to market, ooh, I thought it was really, really good. Me talking to another student of mine who wants to start a business. Some seriously valuable stuff. I hope you guys go check that out too and comment, leave some comments. And by the way, before you get out of here, leave comments on this live stream. Let me know. Hey, Nez, can you do a video about this? Hey, Nez, can you do a video about that? Hey, Nez, I need help with this. Do you have I will create I've done this before. Luis knows this. Thank you so much, Keith. Luis knows this, and most of you guys know this. I create videos based on the things that you indicate that you need. I cater all my stuff to my audience. I cater to you. I'm all about serving you. I mean, in no sort of inauthentic way imaginable. I mean, I really, truly mean that in the bone of the bone, the marrow of my being. I truly mean that I'm here to serve you. So leave in the comments, let me know, hey, Nez, can you do this? Or hey, Nez, I need help with this. Or hey, Nez, have you ever thought about doing a video about this? I'd really love, this is the main issue in my life, my business, my career. Can you please make a video on this? I just might. I mean, no guarantees because, I get requests all the time, but I just might. So please hit me up. Okay. And I'll give you credit for it too in the video. I usually do. Thank you so much, y'all. Have a wonderful, wonderful night. I'm just going to go back here in the chat and just do a roll call and say thank you to Luis for the super chat. Thank you so much for Keith for the super chat. Thank you so much to Adrian, Sethi, everybody who showed up in the chat. Thank you for you watching on the replay. It really, really means a lot to me. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening. And I hope to see you there every week on our Sunday live stream in the chat. 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern, professornez.com/live streams or youtube.com/Professor Nez. Thank you so much. See ya.